When the marriage registrar came and I was about to divorce my wife, I was happy, thinking all the problems would finally be over. When he asked me, "Are you sure about your decision?" I immediately replied, "Yes, I am absolutely sure." My wife sat there silently, enduring everything. She seemed very weak to me. Her family was with her, but she was so fragile that she couldn't even feel their presence. When I saw the look of defeat in her eyes, I felt pleased that I had claimed my right and shown her that she was the one who brought us to this point. A few minutes later, I divorced her. That day, as I lay on my bed, I felt that all the troubles in the world had vanished. I was free and ate to my heart's content. For 3 years, I had been dealing with problems, headaches, and disagreements. Finally, I found peace, prayed, and thanked God. I went to my family, and they were happy that I had gotten rid of her. I started living my life freely again, but it didn't take long before things turned against my expectations. Everyone got busy with their own lives. At the end of each night, they would retreat to their rooms, and I would be left alone, weak and lonely in my own room. Where had the support of my family gone? My brothers, who always talked about my wife, stopped paying attention to me. My mother, who used to try to show that she loved me more than my wife, also stopped showing the same affection and care. She reverted to her old self. Those who used to provoke me against her also stopped calling. When I fell ill on the night of EID and had a fever, I called my brother, but he didn't recognize from my voice that I was sick, even though my voice was hoarse because of the fever. I remembered a time when my wife had called me while I was out and asked, "Are you okay?" She was worried for no reason. At that time, I was feeling weak, and I hadn't fought drip at the hospital without telling her. Where is the peace that they promised? Why is no one interested in knowing about my life like they were when my wife was with me? If they had stayed this distant from the beginning, we wouldn't have had so many issues between us. When I said I wanted to go back to my wife, everyone tried to stop me. They brought up old issues, listed her mistakes, and said things about her that weren't true, and I believed them all. They interfered in very private matters, which they had no right to do. They interfered so much in the details of my life that their presence, even at the door, was inappropriate. I realized all this too late after I took a break from my life. When my wife was gone, I realized that she was doing her best to keep our home from falling apart, and I was the one letting go of her hand. She was keeping our private matters hidden, while I was exposing everything to others.
When I regretfully tried to bring her back, she flatly refused. She said, "I am at peace." It was a phrase I should have been saying. I tried very hard, but each time she resisted, as if she were in a safe place and afraid to come out, fearing she might not be able to return. She clearly said, "I never felt I had my rights, not even the right of being your wife." And in the end, I was the only loser. The problem was that I thought I was right and that the people around me were my well-wishers.